I'm Cian from Love Yoga, and we're going to do a 10-minute yoga sequence for the morning. So just grab a pillow from your couch. It doesn't have to be a special pillow, and place it underneath your sit bones. And then go ahead and sit however you're comfortable. Place your hands onto your thighs, take your shoulders away from your ears, sit up nice and tall, and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths, and as you inhale, feel like your whole rib cage expands and you could breathe into the bottom and back of your lungs. When you exhale, let your exhales be complete, not by forcing them, just observing the completion of the exhale. And then open your eyes, and we're gonna come onto all fours. Place your pillow off to the side, and then your wrists right underneath your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hips. Point your toes, and as you inhale, arch your back and look out. And as you exhale, round the back, look towards your navel and feel like you're pushing the floor away from you. Take a few more like that, aligning your movement with your breath. And for extra credit, you can flip your wrists around. So you'll spin your right hand 180 degrees to the right, your left hand 180 degrees to the left, so that your middle finger points towards the center of your kneecap. Put a little micro bend in your elbows and make sure your wrists are still underneath your shoulders. And then move through your cat-cows a few more times. This will help you open up the framework of your lungs, your shoulders, your arms. And whenever you're ready, you can start to make it a little more spherical. So you'll make some big circles with your head and your neck, move your hips around, and open up your side body, not just the front and back body. Make sure that you go in both directions. So if you're moving clockwise, you move it counterclockwise and vice versa. And feel your breath. And feel your body moving. And then we're going to flip the hands the normal way. Walk your hands about a palm print forward. Tuck your toes underneath. Lift your hips up and back. And come into a downward facing dog. Bend your right knee and flush your left heel towards the floor. So you open up the whole back of the left leg from the sit bone to the heel. Switch sides and bring the right heel to the floor. As you do this, push with your hands, reach the arms and lengthen the waist. Do each side a few times. You can go a little bit faster. And then eventually we'll come into a still, strong, downward facing dog. Bend both knees a little bit, tilt the sit bones up, reach the arms long. Come into a plank pose, and again, stack yourself up so you feel your shoulders are right over your wrists, your heels are over your toes, and then scoop your belly in so you engage your core. You're gonna move yourself from this bent knee downward facing dog forward to a plank pose a few times. Begin to flush out and open up your shoulders. Hinge and unhinge from your hips. And again, move with your breath. Hold yourself in plank pose for about 3 breaths. Again, lifting your core. Spin your inner thighs up. Push with the hands. And lift the sides of your neck. After you've taken 3 breaths here, come back to a downward facing dog. And then again, forward to plank pose. You're gonna come into side plank on the right side. Stack yourself up. Place your left foot on top of your right foot. Your arms on top of each other. To make it harder, you can lift your left leg up. To make it easier, you can place your right knee down on the floor. Give yourself a little bit of scaffolding. All versions are great. Just make sure you can breathe easily wherever you are. You're going to move yourself from side to side. So you'll move onto the left side and then back onto the right side about 3 times. Each time you transition from side to side, feel like you could lift off of your bottom shoulder. So you're not sinking into that shoulder. Hips are high, breath is moving. And then when you're done, come back to plank pose again. You're gonna lower your forearms down onto the mat and come into a forearm plank. This time your elbows are underneath your shoulders. But again, lift the belly and feel your breath moving. After you've taken a few breaths here, lower your knees to the floor, walk your hands back, fold your legs underneath you, and come into child's pose. Reach your arms long. Let your head release to the earth. And feel that big, wide, expansive breath again. And let yourself be empty as you exhale. From child's pose, come back into down dog. And we're gonna bring the right shin forward for pigeon pose. Make sure your right knee is out to its own side. Lengthen your left leg back behind you. And then you can start to walk yourself forward and fold. I like to come down onto my forearms. So there's still a little bit of a back bend behind the spine. If you like though, you can bring your forehead down to the floor and fold a little more deeply. Take about 10 breaths here. And let those breaths be even longer, even deeper. So you feel like you could almost breathe all the way down into the hips. After 10 breaths, walk your hands back in. You'll tuck your back toes, move yourself back into a downward facing dog, and then send your left shin forward and come into pigeon on the other side. Again, make sure that your left knee is out to its own side, so it's not in front of your hip. Your right leg is behind you, and then you can start to fold yourself forward. Maybe close your eyes and count about 10 breaths here. Allow yourself to feel wherever there's a sense of gripping or unease in the body. And see if you can let go as you exhale. From here, we'll just swing the back leg around and then lengthen your legs out in front of you. Scoot your hips forward and come to lie down on your backs. We're gonna take bridge pose. So just line up your heels right in front of your sit bones with your knees bent. And then lift your hips off of the floor. Walk your arms towards each other and interlace your fingers. Wrap your outer upper shoulder bones towards the ground so that your chest is high. Push your feet into the floor and feel all four corners of the feet grounding down. Take your tailbone towards the reach of your inner knees and lengthen the back of your neck and the front of your throat. Take about 5 breaths here, and then you'll come down and rest. 2 breaths to rest. And then go ahead and lift yourself back up into bridge pose. Interlace the other index or thumb knuckle on top. Push with your feet. Drop the shoulders. And breathe easily. Take 1 more rest. 2 breaths. And then 1 final bridge pose. Feel like your breath could fill up the whole shape of your body. So it's wide and expansive. Feel the whole back body engaging. and then come back down, roll over to one side, and press yourself up to sit. You can grab your pillow again so that your hips are higher than your knees. Whatever shin you want to put in front, put the other one in front, the non-habitual shin. Place your hands onto your thighs, close your eyes again, and see your day ahead of you. And then feel, what is the best way for me to be throughout my day? What is the best attitude and state of mind that would serve me? And then think of something that you're grateful for. Take your hands to prayer in front of your heart and bow your head to your heart. Namaste. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.